Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, the voice of rural America. You can always reach us, 706-889-9700. That's 706-889-9700, or chief@fetyournews.com. Follow us on Twitter at FetYourNews or FYN TV. Follow us on Twitter. We have 2 Twitter feeds. Now, the Democrats, I know there's some people saying, well, wait a minute, did you miss the story of Democrats, the lawsuit to try to nullify the election results with Karen Handel and John? No, I didn't miss that. But the Democrats are licking their wounds like the mangy mutts that they are, and they feel they have another candidate. So you're saying there's a chance. They think they have another candidate. They think they have the high-profile candidate this time going up against the guy. They think this is their chance now. And for some reason, what would the House of Representatives be like without? What would the House of Representatives be like without Paul Ryan, but still be controlled by the Republicans? Now, I don't know if this guy, I forget this guy's name right off. I don't want to forget it. But let's look at Eric Cantor. Let's start there. Remember Eric Cantor, representative from Virginia? Put his picture up there, Sam. Eric Cantor, representative of Virginia, okay? Was he the Republican majority whip in the House, right? The third top job in the Republican Party in the House, maybe third top job. One of the big guys, one of the untouchables, one of the highest ranked. Right there's Eric Cantor, one of the highest ranked Republicans in the House of Representatives. Gone. Absolutely gone. They got rid of him. Backlash. Cantor went home. The shock. It was shocking, right? So let's put up Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan's from Wisconsin, right? Go ahead and put Paul Ryan's picture up there. There's your Speaker of the House. He's winking at you. I got you covered, man. I got you covered, okay? He's winking at America. I hear you loud and clear. That's Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Now, I will not say, okay, I will not say Republican in this comment, because I'm not going to tell you if you poll Republicans, because, you know, a lot of people are conservative independents. I find more people are conservative independents that don't align themselves with the Republican Party, okay, but they support Republican issues and Republican candidates because it's the closest direction they can go, obviously not Democrats. So I don't want to say if you'll poll Republicans. If you will poll Donald Trump voters, which he became president of the United States, I'm going to say the majority of Donald Trump voters in 2016 in the general election would say behind closed doors, they would like to see Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, gone. And you may not like that, but don't come here if you don't want the truth. They would like to see him gone, all right? I would just tell you that would be a poll number I would like to see. I guarantee it. So could the House of Representatives stay in the power? Let's look at this of Paul Ryan. I mean, Republicans stay in power and Paul Ryan be gone. Let me introduce you to Randy Brice. Right? This is a 2-minute video I want to play for you. Stay with me. This is Randy Brice. Stay with me. Watch. It's 2 minutes. It's worth watching. Get to meet Randy here, the guy running against Paul. Play that video, Sam, if we got it ready.
And Paul Ryan, come up and say a few words. Congratulations on a job well done.
This is repealing and replacing Obamacare. Everybody doesn't get what they want.
It's a very painful condition. It's like hot knives going through, and you can't talk, you can't swallow. It's terrible. I'm gonna cry. I'm on 20 drugs, and if I don't take the one that cost them thousands of dollars, I don't know what would happen. You have to give me a bear hug.
My mom is probably the most important person in my life. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. There's no doubt in my mind that there are thousands of people like her that don't have what she has. The system is extremely flawed. I work every day so that me and my son have insurance. I've been an iron worker for 20 years. I work hard and I earn every penny that I make. And I know everybody that I work with is the same way. I've spent my entire life in southeastern Wisconsin. I can see what people need. I could do so much more, and I will do so much more, taking my voice, taking our voice, and what we need to Washington, D.C. I decided to run for office because not everybody's seated at the table, and it's time to make a bigger table. I'm the best person to represent this district because I'm a working person. If somebody falls behind, we're so much stronger if we carry them with us. That's the way I was raised. You look out for each other. I think it's time, let's trade places. Paul Ryan, you can come work the iron, and I'll go to DC. We can do so much better together as a community, and our future depends on it.
Let's trade places, folks. That is Randy Brice. A couple things there. An iron worker. Mom. Guy loves his mom. Concerned about his son. Something. A big difference. Is a total switch from the district, the 6th district in Georgia, where Ossoff. This guy actually lives in the district. That has 500,000 views, folks. 500,000 views on YouTube. 500,000, count them, views. Okay? That's the guy that's running against Paul Ryan in Wisconsin for the Democrat. Now, the sad thing about Randy, which I like Randy. I have met Randys before. I was at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri out there with the Union Iron Workers, and I met the Randys of the world out there. Some awesome guys, okay? The problem Randy will have is he's not going to be able to keep his campaign. They're going to create. Is this guy created? I like the guy. I'm not knocking him. But remember, they created Ossoff. He was nothing like they portrayed. Is this the Democrats creating another candidate? Are they creating another candidate, or is Randy for real? Because if Randy's for real, what would it be like to have a Republican House of Representatives? Let's see, what would it be like to have a House of Representatives without Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi? Oh my God, you people you're so angry at me now, right? Angry at me now because I said Paul Ryan and Nancy Pelosi. Iron worker, loves his mom, loves his son, works every day so his son can have insurance, lives in the district. I think 500,000 views. I think if this gets traction, he could have a problem. Let me see what final stories I have before I go into a little Fannin County segment here. I just want to let you know, I don't want to pass this by. Puerto Rico is a territory, okay? And they're a territory, they're broke, okay? Now, they're going to have a plan B. It's called statehood. And I'd like to get into it today, but I'm not going to have time. Bondholders. Puerto Rico faces off with bondholders over statehood. So they're going to the bondholders. Trust me. You go to your county meetings. You vote in that you want to build 19 new county government buildings. Okay? Let me just say this and stay with me. This is one of those days, they don't get me confused with someone who cares if you want to hear the truth or not. You go vote in on an election. You got 30,000 people in the county and 1,000 people go vote, or 1,500 go vote and say, yes, I want to spend another $30 million. I want to spend another $19 million. I want to build 4 more of this, and I want to build another government building over here, and I want to buy a lot of new equipment. Then who shows up next? All right? The bondholders. The people that can sell bonds, can represent you in the bond market. That's who shows up next. A couple guys, maybe ladies, maybe guys and ladies in suits. They show up, you know, hey, we can help you. Your voters just told you you have access to $19 million. We can help you. You want to buy now while the interest rates are low because they can balloon at any time. We can help you. So Puerto Rico's top elected leaders are doubling down on their pursuit of statehood. Even as bondholders ask Congress and the White House to hold off until debt payments are made. Former New York Governor George Pataki, who represents some of the island's bondholders, said he supports statehood, but only after Puerto Rico's financial woes are solved. People may well push statehood, but I don't think it will be credible, Pataki said. They're rushing to see if they can become a state so they can get protection from the big bad bondholders because they can't be unsolvent. And I'm just telling you, you better pay attention. Puerto Rico, Illinois, I'm just telling you. It's the tip. It's the tip. So what is Puerto Rico doing? They're sending, they voted in mock elections. Clash looms as Puerto Rico prepares to send reps to Washington after statehood vote. So they hold the statehood. Here's how we can manipulate this whole bondholder thing. We can manipulate this whole debt thing. Let's pretend that we have voted for statehood. Let's vote for statehood and pretend we're a state. Congress has not formally recognized Puerto Rico's vote for statehood. They voted, but that isn't stopping the territory's political leaders from gearing up for a Capitol Hill clash with plans to dispatch representatives to Washington, D.C. The move stems from a law he signed on June 5th known as Equality Plan, which calls for Puerto Rico to send representatives to Congress. The candidate would need approval of Puerto Rico's legislation. Puerto Rico is sending 2 senators. They've decided on 2 senators, and they're sending 5 representatives. Just in a show of they need representation. 2 senators and 5 representatives. How do they send 5 representatives? They're not a state 1 and 2. Montana only has 1. All right? They're sending 5. So that's a story. I'm going to take a quick break. I don't have time to go over that. When I come back, stay with me. We're going to discuss Fannin County and some of the things going on in North Georgia. We're going to go local after this. Not loco, local. Take us a break, Sam.